Hey Earth signs, welcome back. Welcome if you are new. This is going to be your weekly Earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do consider these weekly readings timeless, so whenever you're guided here, just trust that it is the right time. And I always like to set the intention that everyone that's meant to be here will find their way here. There will be some kind of message to uplift, heal, or inspire. Alright, let's get into it. May these cards represent the highest order of truth and bring clarity to my Earth signs. Alright. Interesting. On the bottom, we've got remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we've gone through as a soul in body, providing us with the valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. We've got number 15, and what number was that? 38, which breaks down to what? Mastery. Number 11, there's an awakening coming here, Earth signs. We've got 15, which breaks down to a 6. 6 always reminds me of a pregnant woman. Something new being birthed, and it's also a number of harmony. And then we've got number 10, which represents completions, also breaks down to a 1, which represents new beginnings. So the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand up for others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Compassion. I also feel like this is an energy of being able, of being passionate. It feels to me, and we're going to go a little deeper, but it feels to me like some of you guys could be like stepping into life purpose. The word compassion derives from the Latin words cum, meaning with or together, and pati, meaning to suffer. So compassion can be described as the act of sharing in or being with another's struggle or suffering. Some of you guys could be stepping into like a role as healer, even if it's not like a big role, like maybe it's just, with another, where you're able to be compassionate and hold space, and that causes another to heal. Oftentimes compassion, it includes the desire to alleviate that discomfort with benevolent action, right? Or maybe some understanding, being sensitive, empathetic, supportive, right? Compassion holds the highest energy of all human emotions. It's the center of the multidimensional communication between the human being and his or her higher self. And this communication is exclusive to humans who have this unique capability to feel emotion that's rooted in their connection to source. And by the way, human emotion can also shift reality. We can choose to move into an emotion and with that shift the reality that we're experiencing. Okay. So when we enter into a state, an inner state of balance based on wisdom and maturity, and when we feel empathy without attachment to our own projection or expectation, compassion easily flows from our heart to others, to our planet, to ourselves. The frequency of compassion reminds us that each one of us walks a unique and very individual path in life, and that we create this reality based on the emotions and the experiences that we choose for ourselves. The green represents the heart, a heart that's open with love and compassion, can flow freely, right, without restraints. The turquoise symbolizes the high heart, the place where the energies from the heart and those from the throat merge into loving expression of truth. And the water in the background symbolizes the emotional plane. And then there's 6 shining flowers here that represent the light that's generated by the compassion that flows from the open heart. Number 6 is also associated with love and relationships, harmony and balance. The flower in the middle represents the core of our being, our connection to source. And then we have authority out here. Number 10. And it says the frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet wise, receptive, and loving. So the word authority has mostly been used to describe the powers that rule or govern or lead, they direct, control, protect. Right? It's been closely associated with powers that dominate and suppress and enforce and demand and scare us. Right? Authority is about power. Right? But true authority is generated by maturity and knowledge, wisdom, experience, inner balance. This kind of power comes from within, where it's deeply rooted in a solid connection to source energy. Externally, this power expresses itself as presence. The ability to be completely in the moment with full awareness of every aspect of oneself, all the senses fully engaged while being completely centered in the heart. Internally, this power steps back to witness, right? Allowing us to perceive and to discern without attachment. And from all of this, a new form of authority arises, one that leads and shares and directs and conducts with benevolence and grace and compassion and wisdom and integrity. This kind of authority inspires trust and creation, collaboration, partnership. It's receptive in nature and it expresses its journey inward, where that connection with self and source become one. In numerology, 3 is considered a catalytic number that speeds up or creates a reaction between 2 unrelated things without necessarily changing itself. The green represents the energy. The 3 I'm speaking of here in this symbol that they have. Green represents the energy from the heart. Turquoise, the high heart, sometimes referred to as the thymus chakra. Gold and yellow represent abundance and truth, enlightenment, self-realization. And there's many 6s in this image as well. 6 is associated with harmony and love and balance, and we also have the 6 here, as well as structure and design, efficiency. conceptually, the circles stand for everything and nothing at all. It's balance and infinity, right? Purity, freedom. Let's get some cards out here and see what is really going on. We're going to just go with the classic tarot. Thank you guys, by the way, for liking and sharing and commenting, subscribing. Remembering your authority, perhaps. Remembering to be compassionate as well. I feel like this remembrance should go in the middle. Let's do the damn thing. All right. Earth signs. Oh, well, that is quite a card to flip up. Okay. Wow. That is a nice start. Tell me what is going on with my earth signs. Wow. Earth signs. Are some of you guys really stepping into your power this week? Finding balance, finding flow, finding financial independence, self-sufficiency, rewards, security. Some of you guys are stepping into some long-term success here. You're shining, earth signs. There's abundance here. But you do have multiple priorities here that you're trying to balance. Could be love and finance, love and family, love and work, or a mixture of all of these things, right? Home and responsibilities. Some of you guys could be also dealing with some legal shit. But the Justice card also speaks to truth. It speaks to the law of cause and effect. What is going on? Let's get... I'm going to go with the Energy Oracle. We have the Emperor on the bottom with the Empress out here. So this is mother and father energy out here. Yeah, somebody could be really learning how to balance home and responsibilities. Let's see. What are we at? 13 minutes? All right. Just trying to figure out how to get the best message. I'm gonna get some animal spirits, but we're gonna start with the Energy Oracle for my earth signs. We've got the door to personal healing and happiness. Earth signs. Number 34, which breaks down to a 7. And we got the Sun. Wow. Earth signs, I feel like you're going to have a really damn good week. I just keep getting this energy of you guys are going to be able to use your own authority, use your own wisdom, the skills that you've learned, your own light to help someone else heal or recover in some way. Maybe you're also helping yourself through this. There's something here with, it just feels like a lighter week for you, earth signs. It feels like a very prosperous week as well. There's something developing here, though. You're growing. Your own. This is your own evolution. Your own stability. Some of you guys are learning to be more disciplined. Learning how to be more grounded. And look, this is funny. We have on the bottom of this one, we have the Strength card. And on the bottom of this one, we have the Angel of Strength card. All right, so you're learning to find courage. You're learning how to use your subtle power, how to influence, but from a place of purity, from a place of compassion. Also from a place of authority. You're stepping into your power here, Earth signs. By using your focus. Look, we got compassion is one of the key words right here. Your compassion is going to be your key this week. It's going to be a really strong tool. You may want to tap into, invoke Archangel Michael to assist you this week if you need it. I don't know that you're really going to need it though. If you feel strong, you feel grounded, rooted, it feels like this is going to be a really good week for you, Earth signs, not going to lie. Look, unlimited possibilities, the Fool here. Right? There's something transpiring this week, Earth signs, that it feels really good. It feels good. It feels like you're headed in the right direction. And yeah, so just let your compassion, let your empathy, your understanding, maybe, I don't know, it just keeps feeling like something comes up that allows you to be compassionate, to be understanding of another, and that ends up helping them and also helping you. That's what it feels like. All right, let's get an animal spirit out here quick. And then we'll wrap it up with a mystical shaman oracle. Advice for my Earth signs. You may be feeling a little bit of frustration as well. When you feel this frustration, tap into Archangel Michael or tap into your roots. Ground yourself. Center yourself. All right? And don't allow that downward spiral of energy to really branch off. Instead, take your power back. Take a deep breath. Allow it to move through you. And then reconnect. This Phoenix is also the root chakra. So the root chakra is going to be another key for you. All right. So you've got your compassion, your empathy, you've got your strength, your courage, your will, your wisdom. Source energy is strong here. You know, if you watch my readings, to me, the lion is pure source energy. Right? So yes, there might be a little bit of frustration, but at the end of the day, you're rising like the phoenix. All right? You're going to move through this much stronger, much wiser. This is about lifting and removing some of your baggage. Make sure that you're taking time to rest, to quiet the mind. I can't emphasize enough how important it is that we quiet our mind. On the bottom we have the bear, so you may want to incorporate like some kind of yogic practice or like Tai Chi, Qigong into your daily practice, some kind of movement to move this energy. I think it's going to be really helpful for you. And also taking the rest that you need, being patient, like the crocodile. The crocodile doesn't just snap at everything. He waits for the right timing. He's patient. The phoenix is also representative of facing your past, or realizing your baggage that you've been carrying. So this could be past karma, right? This is freedom from that, though. This is an opportunity to liberate yourself from this past karma. Okay, 2020 on the clock, as I said that. Let's get a final card out here for my earth signs. Advice for my earth signs. We got many paths out here. So understand that, and it did come out indirect. What is that? Number 34, which breaks down to a 7. 7 is a very logical number, but it's in reverse here. So it's like, get out of your head a little bit, right? Connect to your inner being, that silent, I call it that 0 point energy. That place of stillness is where your genius resides. All paths lead back to spirit. All right? What you bring to your journey is what's going to determine if your path is a path of suffering, or a path of wisdom, or a path of bliss, or a path of loss, right? Consider the traveler who met 2 stonemasons. He asks what one is doing, and the mason replies, "I'm squaring out this stone." And he asks the other one, who's doing the exact same thing, and he gets the reply, "I'm building a cathedral." Okay, so one man has a job, the other man's found his work and calling. He's part of an endeavor much greater than himself. So just make sure that you pick a path with heart. All right, it feels kind of like you may have outgrown a current situation, because we do have a lot of 10s and 9s out here, which do talk about completions, wrapping things up, endings, the ending of a cycle, and new beginnings coming in, making space for a new beginning. You may be feeling called to step out of your comfort zone right now. Now would be a good time to respond while the call is still a gentle whisper. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like there's an invitation to take a big, bold step and to leave the beaten path. There's a new direction calling you, whispering to you. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf, earth signs, to support you in this move. I mean, this source is loud in this reading. Don't dilly-dally, miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. And it may be a little unknown, it may be a little scary, but even though the woods looks thick and impenetrable, right? You venture in, you let nature guide your steps through the dark until you reach your destination. Just remember, if you don't know where you're going, any path's going to take you there. You're being guided. Spirit's got your back. Connect inwards. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm going to get one more card out here. This is just an affirmation deck. I don't use it quite enough for my earth signs. Thank you. We got, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. So the universe has your back, right? The universe has your back. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a great rest of your week. I love you guys.